The following broadcast is a presentation of iRacing Motorsport Simulations live on PTR TV. We'd like to thank all of our partners for their support.
He may get the run on the outside, off of the back straightaway. 26 and Hallway trying to go 3 wide. No one's going to let them.
Talking and bobbing and weaving down the back straightaway, looking for a way around. The 5 machine trying to take a look underneath the 3 car. He's going to dive it in down to the bottom. A huge move down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Back bumper. Can anything happen through the tri-oval? Walker Thomas to the inside. Here he comes to the outside. Side by side through the tri-oval. The 14. It's going to be a photo finish to the line. Who's going to get it?
Walker Thomas. Machine coming out of turn number 4. Tiller looking to go 3 wide, almost 4 wide. He's going to try to look for a gap. Bobbing and weaving for the lead down through the tri-oval.
Photo finish.
2 by 2. The 65 gets the win.
Red Bull GRCs are now available on iRacing. I personally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, developing the cars, the tracks, the dirt, making sure it is authentic as possible, and I really think you guys are going to love it. The best part is that this 600 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is free to all members. So get signed up now and come race me online.
Hello and welcome, race fans, back to Primetime Racing TV. Here tonight with the Cyber Racing Association, their Super Speedway series. Here live from the Talladega Super Speedway, the high-banked 2.66 mile oval here tonight, and it should be a good show. Pack racing every night here on Monday nights here with the Cyber Racing Association. Joining me in the booth tonight, Tom Brandon, Krutz, and as always, Corey Silva and Evan Black. Corey Silva always doubling as our tech producer. So guys, this should be a really good show tonight. These guys have had a little bit of time off and we're back at it.
Yeah, it feels like we haven't covered these guys in forever. It's been about 3 weeks since dating back to before the holidays, so excited to get back into the swing of tonight's action here at Talladega Super Speedway as qualifying is underway.
Yeah, qualifying underway. Time starting to come in now. David Anderson just went to the top of the charts. That is, I believe, his flying lap on the bottom, and that's his first lap at the top.
And Evan actually has the point standings. We don't have a graphic, but we can let you know what's going on in terms of the point standings, Evan.
Yeah, right now Paul Servant is leading the points, but only by 1 point over Daniel Holloway, and Justin Levine is tied with Holloway, so 1 point separating the top 3, and then Marty Ray is back in 3rd, 11 points off the lead, and then Artie Peterson Jr. is in 4th, and then Ray Rittenauer is in 6th. That's the top 5, or 5th.
And then going into tonight's race, we have 3 races left, including tonight's, to get the championship playoffs underway, and that situation all set. So these drivers really want to get themselves into position to get into the Fast 15, which will be the first round of the championship in about a month's time.
Two drivers making their laps now. David Anderson still on top by almost a 10th over the 29 of Matthew Welzenbeck. Real good time for Anderson.
Oh, Welzenbeck actually slowing down, so his lap is his final one. Let's see if anybody else is still turning a flyer right now. We have Raymond Rittenauer coming through turns 3 and 4 right now. His first lap has him in the 20th position. Let's see where he shakes out to when he comes through the tri-oval, but he still has half a lap before that happens. Daniel Jackson crosses the line. Gets himself up to the 9th position. Ricky Thompson in the 38 machine coming through the tri-oval here. Let's see what he can do. Currently in the 19th spot, works his way up to the... Oh, actually
Going through 3 and 4.
Alright, who else do we have on track right now? Artie Peterson coming through the tri-oval here. Artie Peterson in the 24th position. Gets himself up to the 18th position. And that wraps up qualifying.
Yeah, right now I did get up to 2nd place on his lap.
So now, as qualifying has completed, let's get to you tonight, the Primetime Racing TV starting lineup here from the Talladega Superspeedway for the Cyber Racing Association. On tonight's pole is David Anderson with his 52.198 second lap. We offer him our congratulations for that. Raymond Rittenauer on the outside pole. Then we have Matthew Walzenbeck and Paul Servant occupying row number 2. Gregory Thompson and Mark Vega in the 3rd row. AJ Herrera and Chris Brown 7th and 8th. And then rounding out the top 10 is Michael DeGroat and Daniel Jackson.
And Jimmy Coleman starting in 11th, Dwayne Cooper in 12th, Garrett Robertson in 13th, Justin Levine to his outside, Marty Ray in 15th, and then Daniel Holloway, Pondoco, Artie Peterson Jr., Gary Champion, and Jeff Yastrzemski, and then rounding out the top 20.
Starting in the 21st position is Matthew Alamy, then it's Ricky Thompson, Tom Labar, Joseph Gorridge, Bobby Tinch, Rick Sibrance, PJ O'Leary, and rounding out the field is David Warren.
28 Xfinity machines here at Talladega Superspeedway for Monday night's Cyber Racing Association Monday Superspeedway Series live here on PTR TV. We'll bring you 60 laps of action tonight, and remember, lap number 25 is the stage break. We will have a yellow flag, get these guys reset, and award some points to again head off into the playoffs.
So 45% fuel tonight as usual. What are you expecting for the fuel to be, Corey?
Well, I think we actually know by now, since we've covered so many of these. I think it's about 20 laps is the absolute maximum. I think drivers will come in closer to lap 18 just to play it safe. So I expect that to be the case. So there will have to be a pit stop in some fashion before the stage break. Pace car gets underway, so the field starts rolling off the grid. We will have 2.66 miles of a pace lap to endure right now. Weather conditions today at Talladega, nothing out of the ordinary. 78 degrees on the air, 104 degrees on the track. Wind is pretty negligible, sunny skies, and we are in, I believe it to be morning conditions today.
Yeah, that it is, Corey. Morning conditions, and so these guys will get stacked up, doubled up, and ready to take the initial green flag here from Talladega.
Of course, nothing you guys don't know, Talladega Superspeedway, 2.66 miles in Alabama, 33 degrees of banking in the turn, so this race will be 167 miles here tonight. Should be about an hour and a half's worth of racing, give or take, here on PTR TV. So get your drink, get your snack, get ready for some exciting 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide racing by these CRA guys tonight. Remember, the Xfinity machines are usually one of the better restrictor plate cars on the iRacing service, providing some of the best pack racing available, but there is the dreaded bumper hook. We see it every single race nearly without fail. These drivers will have to be very tentative with the bumpers in the turns. If they hit the guy in front of them at all, may cause a humongous pileup, so keep an eye on that to happen as we come off turn 4. Wait for the pace car to come in and get this race underway.
Pace car getting ready to pull in. David Anderson on the inside, 87 of Ray Rittenauer on the outside. Pace car getting ready to pull in. It does Now the long wait for the green flag.
These guys ready to go racing here. 28 cars at Talladega Super Speedway, waiting for David Anderson to hit the loud pedal, waiting for the flagger to throw the green flag. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at the Cyber Racing Association Talladega Super Speedway.
Pretty even start for the front row, but in the second row on back, the outside lane really did not get back into a jump.
Yeah, the first 4 cars kind of got the best edge there. The cars behind them kind of have a little bit of a gap, but once they get up to speed and have a run, they may actually be in the good position. But here comes Raymond Rittenauer on the outside, left by himself.
Yeah, 3 of Paul Servant ducked down to help the inside lane out. Outside lane really starting to drop back right now. Only 2 cars up there.
The 14 machine of Mark Vega has gone to try to help Raymond Rittenauer in the 87 out, but right now those are the only 2 drivers up there as Matthew Walzenbeck takes to the outside, tries to get for the lead on the outside lane.
Looking now, the outside line, 29, looking for the lead. Will he duck down this time by, or will he bring the 3 machine with him down through the trial? But it looks like he's going to duck to the center. 3 car stays with him.
Looks like Walzenbeck is trying to take the 3 Servant with him. He does, but now Daniel Jackson, I believe that is making his way up there leading the outside lane.
Rittenauer giving a push. Rittenauer giving a push to the 88 of Thompson, and it's a pretty good push. Here they come with their momentum wound up on the outside lane. They'll probably get side by side with the leaders on the back straightaway.
2 by 2 going down the long Talladega back straightaway here. Now down into turn number 3. A couple of guys trying to fall back in line now. Maybe ducking to the bottom. That might end up hurting him more than it did help him there. He's going to sack up that line. The 29 machine's going to have to check up. The top line's going to have the momentum.
87 Rittenauer back out there leading the outside lane. It looks like he might clear through the trial into turn 1.
Will he decide to drop to the bottom, or will he help the number 14 of Vega out and stay loyal to his partner up top? Looks like he will stay up top at the moment. 44 David Anderson, the pole sitter behind them. And here comes the inside with the resurgence in the run to pull side by side yet again.
88 Thompson and the inside lane get a pretty good run through 1 and out of 2. Actually, real nice job by the inside lane to keep their momentum.
Something we don't normally or aren't able to do here at the super speedways is have the bottom line keep their momentum on exit with enough cars on the outside. They have the momentum through center, but normally off the corner, the top side falls off the banking.
Yeah, they roll down the hill there and they get that extra speed off the turn. They pinch down the inside lane and usually always prevail, so look for that as the race carries on. Right now the 88 of Gregory Thompson has the unchallenged lead, but that is very shortly timed as here comes Rittenauer with the run with the 14 up top.
The high lane looking to get something done here. Still just about 5 cars working up there right now. Maybe an extra line on the way. No, they're going to tuck in behind them. So 5 cars trying to work this top lane. Maybe more to join now as they're going to have a head of steam going down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Dead even down the back straightaway, and 87 Rittenauer has a slight advantage going into 3.
Right now the inside lane gets the advantage as the outside kind of fell apart. Maybe they lost a little bit too much momentum there through 3 and 4. So coming off turn number 4, give the 88 the advantage, but the 87 again with the traditional surge on the outside, pull side by side, and it looks like we may have a little 3 wide about to happen. Nope, that settles out.
Still 2 by 2 to the 87 trying to get to the leader. Now a little bit of 3 wide going on behind them. I don't expect 2 cars to be able to make it work all the way on the outside lane. They may fall back a little bit, but the 4 machine actually holding his line there. Almost a bumper hook to him.
That's just
44 of Anderson going up there in front of Levine, so now there's 3 cars in the outside lane.
That may be enough to make something happen. If they can get that run up there, hold that momentum, it actually is a viable way around this speedway. So right now, Anderson, Levine, and the 26 of Holloway trying to get that 3rd lane going, trying to pinch down the side draft on the middle lane here. Cooper in the middle. It looks like the outside lane is not going to work with just those 3 drivers after all.
Not quite that yet. They need a little bit more cars up there, but they're still 3 wide. The 44 still holding 3 wide with the 00 on the 3 machine.
Top lane starting to get a little bit of momentum built back up out of 2. Looks like they're going to stay even.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple more drivers, but there's not enough drivers solidly in that front pack right now. We have maybe about 12 or so drivers and a little bit of a gap back to about 5 or 6 more. So I think it's going to take more drivers up top, maybe 5 or 6 to get that third lane going. But I'm going to eat my words, as here they come with a really good surge up there. They're up to the second lane.
Yeah, 87 at Rittenauer jumped down from the middle lane down to the bottom to clear for the lead.
That's going to hurt the middle line now, and this middle line only has 2 cars working with them now. They're going to be sandwiched between the high side and the low side and possibly fall through the center.
Look out for that outside line. They have the surge right now. They might actually get side by side with Rittenauer here as they come through turn number 1 and 2. They're going to have that fender with the right rear of Rittenauer all the way to the inside. They may be able to do something down the back straightaway. Oops, some contact here. Bump draft from the 4 to the 26. Got the 4 a little loose, but they do carry on.
Yeah, 4 clean got loose out of 4. He lost the momentum. 26 of Hallway ducking back to the middle lane.
Slippy sliding over the racetrack from that little bit of a bump. Good recovery. Now these guys starting to get a little bit squirrely. Almost contact between a couple of cars back there once again. And they're going to go back to 2-wide racing.
Yeah, that near bumper hook kind of stalled out what that third lane was about to accomplish there. So they will get back to double file formation. The outside is going to continuously have to regroup. All it is Vega and Cooper. But Cooper and Vega are doing a pretty good job. Here they go side by side up top.
Vega is even with Rittenauer going into 1, losing a little bit through the center, but they should get the run out too.
I don't know if they will, but here comes some more assistance to the top lane. Anderson and Levine trying to get there, but it looks like the 29 of Walzenbach took a look up top, but he will stay on the bottom. Vega has the right rear quarter panel to the right rear of Rittenauer, but not enough at the moment.
I would like to point out that Thomas Cristiano and Bobby Tinch both behind the wall already in this race, but as we look, Dwayne Cooper looking to make it 3 wide here, not going to work. The 44 of Anderson does go with him, however, and they have help from the 16.
I think Cooper's engine must have just been getting a little bit hot. It's the 88 of Thompson moving up to the middle lane, going to the exit of the 87 Rittenauer.
Can the 00 lead that very outside line? Anderson pushing in, maybe a 4 wide. They're going to go around.
26. They saved it. 26 of Hallway got really loose.
These guys getting very racy, very squirrely around this racetrack. That only leads to one thing only, and that's going to be a yellow flag and a big pile up if these guys aren't careful.
Yeah, that might have scared a couple drivers, so that 3 wide has fizzled out. Cooper pulls back into the top lane. It's a double file pace lap style formation here on lap number 9. Still side by side for the lead, Thompson and Rittenauer through the tri-oval right here. We're about halfway through what should be the first fuel run right now. Remember, we can go about 20 laps on a tank as we approach lap number 10.
88 Thompson going to the lead.
Wow. That was a very close call from the number 88 machine. I'm pretty sure the 87 had to check up a little bit for that one, and that'll check up the inside line. The top line has momentum going down back straight away.
Here comes Vega with Levine up here. They haven't led the field yet on the outside, but this is their opportunity side by side, and they're doing a pretty good job not losing momentum through the center of the turn, which is quite traditional for the outside lane. They lost a little bit, but I do expect a surge with the push from Cooper behind them as well. Here they come as we come off turn 4 into the tri-oval.
Fortunate Vega making a really big run out of 4. He's going to be even with Thompson through the start, finishing into 1.
Who got it at the line that time?
Vega.
By? Give it to Vega.
6,000ths.
Through turns 1 and 2 right now, your lead pack consists of 16 drivers at the moment. Tail end of it being Michael DeGroat all the way back there in that 3-car pack, about 6 cars further back, completely out of the draft at the moment. But the battle is still up front, 2 by 2. Vega trying to...
Oh, contact.
Vega tried sneaking to the bottom, was not clear. Very close call. Everyone does a good job evading it, but that's going to kill the outside momentum, at least temporarily.
The 14 machine came down on the 88. These guys going to get scrambled up once again. They're going to look to go 3 wide once again. The 00 looking up on the high side.
Yeah, Thompson got some pretty good right front damage from that. His fender's bent in.
And look at the front of the 44 of Cooper, not Cooper, of David Anderson, guys. Significant damage to the front of that 44 machine.
Little bit of a sack up there. A couple of machines have minimal damage, but that could still affect them in the draft. Now the 2 damaged cars are currently leading both packs right now, or both lines, should I say. And but heading down the back straightaway doesn't need to be affecting him too much.
Yeah, a little bit of wrinkle to the front of the 88, but the one I'm really worried about is the 44. And guys, can you confirm, do these guys have a fast repair? Do they have a backup car for tonight's race?
They do have one fast repair for tonight.
So that will be something that may have to come into play, at least for the 44 machine at the moment. But here we come as lap number 12 concludes. Let's see who gets it at the stripe. I do believe it's going to be the 88, but the outside lane is trying to get that momentum built back up.
Outside lane getting a little bit of momentum after the start finish and into one. Let's see if they can do that too.
Still holding 2 by 2, the two front leaders, currently about even. Down through the center of the corner, now down the back straightaway, and it looks like they're going to stay even. The outside line didn't get as much of a run as they expected. I think they may have had to check up a little bit.
Dead even into 3 and 4 lap car they're getting by.
That's Gary Champion. Surprising to see Champion that far back. He's usually someone we always see going for it, but there's always the stage break. If he could stay where he is, he will get the lucky dog. But minus that fact, they're still in complete pace lap formation right here for about the first 13 to 14 cars.
Yeah, they're going to be coming up on another lap car, the 80 of PJ O'Leary. He's in the center of 1 and 2 right now. They're going to be on him on the backstretch.
So that's going to be a situation for the lucky dog that we'll have to watch between the PJ and Champion, because they'll both be 1 lap down before the stage break. We'll have to keep track of that. But here come the leaders. They'll have to funnel on the inside of them.
So everyone's going to get by just fine right now.
Caution on the speedway. Oh, never mind. No.
It's green.
Oh, sorry. Watching the wrong graphic. Carry on. Corey knows what he's talking about.
So, yeah, no yellow, Corey, but these guys carry on the green, and looks like they're still going to be pretty even now, heading down into turn number 1. 14 machine up on the high side, maybe trying to gain a little bit of momentum. They're even through the center of the corner. Surprising for the high line. Maybe they can get the run on exit. Outside
lane led by Vega, getting a pretty good run out of 2. They should have the lead by, or the 87 of Rittenauer is ducking under the 80 of Thompson. I don't know if he's trying to get air or what, but that's really going to stack up the inside lane as the 4 of Levine's even going to clear.
Almost a bumper hook to the 14, the 4 car trying to push his way up through the corner to make his way back up front and squeeze in front of the 88 machine that time by. They managed to save it a little bit squirrely. Now the 4 machine looking to take the lead.
Levine moving up to the outside lane, going for the lead. Is on the right rear quarter panel of Vega, getting a pretty good run through the tri-oval and on the start finish and going into 1.
Triple 4 is up top, 4 leading, 44 behind him on the outside lane. The 00 Cooper trying to get that draft behind them and help the outside lane. Right now they're going to need that help because they are falling back just a little bit here as we come off turn number 2.
There's a lot of movement going on through the pack right now, guys. These guys can't get too close. They really have to be careful.
Cooper dropping back just a little bit. I'm not sure if he's getting hot or what's going on there.
Yeah, he seems to have been doing that quite a bit tonight. I don't know. I don't know what his engine is doing. Maybe it's getting a little bit too hot. Maybe he's looking for air. Maybe he's just trying to fall back. I don't know, but he's been doing that quite a bit tonight. But currently, the 14 machine still leading only 2 cars up on the outside line.
And guys, I
was going to say just under 9 laps to go in the stage, and like Corey, I think was about to say fuel. We're getting close here in about 3 or 4 laps. They'll need a pit.
You predicted my statement there, Evan. We usually can go about 20, maybe 21 laps tops, so these drivers will have to do a splash and go before the stage. Remember, we will have a caution at the stage, but we'll have to see who decides to come in with who on what lap, because this will be happening in a matter of 2 laps, 3 laps tops.
And we see it all the time, guys. The treacherous pit road entrance here in these super speedways. Here they come.
87 are written out, really locking up the tires into pit road. A few drivers locking them up.
Everybody.
1 to grass, it looks like.
Everybody does at least make the pit entry. No one that was completely out off of nowhere's land, so at least there was that. But we'll have to watch the second pack as they come down pit road, assuming this time by, but they can probably stretch it 1 more if they did choose to.
The 14 did lose the lead. Now the 4 machine up front and leading this small pack around. Pushing him is the 44 right to the back bumper.
These drivers should be coming down this time or the next time.
Looks like most drivers, based on the pit stop graphic here, most drivers took about 2 tires or just fuel. Most had about 8-second stops.
This time the 44 making a late entrance. I don't know if he's going to make it.
Oh, everyone.
44 did not make it, I did not believe.
No, the 44 wasn't expecting these guys to pit in this time. I think he's going to have to serve a speeding penalty, guys.
And that'll probably put him 1 lap down. If not, he'll be fighting to stay on the lead lap before the end of the stage, so we'll have to take a look at that. Looks like this is the remainder of the drivers on pit road, so the leaders at the moment, well, rather the other pack that pitted the lap before, they are about to come off of, I believe it to be turn number 4.
Yeah, Anderson is still on pit road, so it looks like he did get a penalty.
So let's see how these drivers shake out, how pack number 1 and pack number 2 merge. Here comes Thompson hitting the start finish right now. You can see they're passing some of the drivers that didn't get assembled very well on the apron. But right now, Ricky Thompson is the leader of the guys who pitted, and he is entering turn number 3.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be about a 5-car pack going right now.
Actually, Ricky Thompson, rather, he has yet to pit, excuse me. He is just now pitting. He was by himself. So it's Justin Levine in the provisional lead at the moment with Marty Ray, but they're going to get their doors blown off by this second pack.
Yeah, second pack is all up on them right now, getting their draft.
And here they come. Let's see how they spread out as they try to get by, just straight to the outside. No defense by the 2 leaders.
No, and you really can't defend against that. If you try, you're going to cause a big wreck. But these guys can most definitely tag on to the end of these guys, or maybe even get into the middle of it.
Yeah, it looks like they might be able to get into the middle of it if Thompson and the driver behind him duck down. It looks like they're going to wait and let everyone else go down.
And just as the technicality, folks, so that you do know exactly what's going on, lap number 24, the start of lap number 24 will be the white flag for the stage. The stage will technically conclude at the beginning of lap number 25, so we will keep aware of that for you, and you will know as well. So right now it looks like it'll be, how many do we have? I believe it to be 8 drivers going for this stage.
Right now they were all single file. How long will they stay single file before they go double file? Looks like right now he's trying to go 2 wide, but no one's going with him.
We had 2 and 3 wide racing all race so far, but when there's actually some points on the line, everyone's kind of getting a little timid. Here comes Levine trying to get something going here. He has Marty Ray helping him.
It's going to be hard for those 2 drivers alone to be able to get up there.
The outside line trying to get something working, and now the 4 machine maybe hoping someone will duck up in front of him. The 1 machine not going to do it. No, the 1 machine does jump up. He's going to try to maybe win a stage.
Huge run for the outside through the tri-oval.
87 a Rittenauer cost his chance right now. He waited too long, but Walzenbeck, is he going to decide to pull up there? If he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it right now. He lost his shot. The 1 has got side by side with him, and it'll be a matter of time before they go for the lead.
Dropping back just a little bit, and 1 and 2, 29. Walzenbeck is clear. Looks like he will stay down.
Yep, he has his opportunity. Rittenauer, I believe, actually is temporarily clear at the moment. That is no longer the case, so let's see what the 29 decides to do. Is he going to stay in line and help the 88, or is he going to go for the stage win himself? He'll have 2 or 3 laps to
They're coming up on a group of 3 lap cars. Sorry to cut you off, Corey.
But they will funnel.
These guys are going to have to push it 3 wide, I think.
Yeah, that is of no concern. Talladega obviously given as much space as it has, so it looks like Peterson was actually trying to get a little bit of a draft off those drivers. Lost all of his momentum. He's going to have to get going here very quickly as the stage is almost over, and he's not even close to the lead anymore.
Looks like they've got 1
Rittenauer going up there, as well as Servant.
I was going to say, it looks like those guys were looking to go up there to the top line. They're going to be 3 by 3 by 3 now, heading down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3.
And I'll just ask my broadcast partners up there just to give final confirmation if we are getting the white flag this time by, just so we are aware, but we do believe it is the case. Caution
on the speedway. That's going to end the stage right there.
David Anderson off the back straightaway sideways. And he did nearly keep it off the wall, some minor contact with the right rear quarter panel, but let's see what happened to Anderson. I have a feeling this is going to be a bumper hook. And, yep.
That's exactly
he
what
turned
it was.
him. He turned him.
The dreaded Talladega Super Speedway bumper hook here, and yeah, I think the 9 may have gotten loose down to the bottom. He tried to hit the apron, tried to correct himself, but by that time he had already gotten into the back bumper of the 44 machine and sent him right around.
A 0-2 of AJ Herrera nearly got clipped off of the 9 as the 9 hit the wall and bounced off of it, but a little less drama than anticipated. That will end the stage under yellow.
Looks like the top 3 for the stage will be Thompson, Rittenauer, and Wilsenbeck. I'd expect everyone to come down pit road and top off, as they're almost a quarter of the way through this, their fuel window.
And remember, this, although it is going to be the final stage and there will be pit stops, they will by no stretch of the imagination be able to run this out. They will have to have another pit stop in stage 2.
Yeah, 63 laps, so I believe they'd have to go about another 20 or so to make it. Not sure if pit road was open that time. Looks like it was, and most drivers chose to stay out.
Well, I would assume they did not want to pit before the stage. They didn't sacrifice the positions.
True. But they can't go next time by, can they?
They can, I do believe. They can. You cannot pit for the first time during a cycle on the last lap of caution, but I think it should still be open for them this time by, so I'm not overly concerned about that. And who did we see speeding around there? I believe that is PJ O'Leary and Gary Champion.
Yeah, a few drivers got wave-runs. Garrett Robinson, Joseph Grange, David Warren, PJ O'Leary, and Gary Champion all got wave-runs.
So the race will be officially in stage number 2 right now. We'll have a couple pace laps to endure before the restart. And just as another note for those who haven't followed us in these CRA races on Monday nights, there is a built-in green-white checker into the race. How that works: the race is 60 lap schedule, but it is built into the session in the iRacing program as 63 laps. So these drivers will race to the end of lap number 60, well, the end of lap number 59 technically. And if that race is green, then that's the end of the race. But if there is a caution, they do have the green-white checker built in, those additional laps to let this race end under green. We have seen it happen, so good that these guys do bring that in so we can hopefully see a green flag finish, something that is pretty unique to these guys. And here they come off of turn number 4, and we do expect this time by to see pit lane be the busy place.
Well, I really don't think many would, because if they can go, actually I think about 15 laps, they can make it on one stop.
Yeah, so right now, based on what we have for information, it's been 8 laps. It'll be 9 that they have been on the track, a couple of them being yellow. So be a couple more laps of yellow. There'll probably be about 10 laps of green left in the tank. That'll put them at about lap number 36, 37, I do believe, before they'd have to pit. That's 23 laps. You're still not going that far, I don't think. But again, I'm not a no Knaus on the pit box, so we'll see. But we will take this opportunity while we are under yellow to go to a side-by-side commercial break. So stay with us here, and we'll be back with you for the restart.
Red Bull GRCs are now available on iRacing. I personally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, developing the cars, the tracks, the dirt, making sure it is authentic as possible, and I really think you guys are going to love it. The best part is that this 600 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is free to all members. So get signed up now and come race me online.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, so these guys rolling down the back straightaway now, and we have just gotten confirmation from race control. They pushed the stage back to 30, so that way they can end it under green, and if caution flies, well, there will be no cautions, I should say. So, yeah, these guys are going to keep it green. That's different. I don't think I've personally ever seen that, but yeah, so they push the stage back, no cautions will fly until the stage finish.
Well, no caution's going to fly at all, if I was correct, right?
No cautions will fly once stage ends.
So they will continue racing green flag, but the stage points
Unless it's a wreck.
They will continue racing, and if no caution comes out by a wreck, they will just continue racing through the stage. Points will be awarded, but we will continue with no interruption, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we're good.
Okay.
That is what
That's
we know.
confusing to me because rule changes mid-race don't play well with me. they confuse my mind. But anyways, pace car ready to make that hard left turn down into pit lane. And Corey, why don't you take us away for the start?
All right, pace car has pulled in, so now we have the Talladega delay here as we wait for the green flag to come out, wait for Thompson to get this race back underway. And back on the loud pedal, green flag in the air, and I'll tell you, the 88 did not get going. Here comes Rittenauer with the power run on the outside.
Yeah,
the
Rittenauer
87 beat him to the line.
Rittenauer and Servant got a really good start. 2 laps to go in this stage. Can they have Thompson fight back?
Looks like the answer to that is yes right now, as he uses the inside, the shorter distance around the speedway to his advantage right now. But I'll tell you, that outside line is really put together, at least the two of them, Servant and Rittenauer, and give the edge to Rittenauer down the back straightaway.
Looks like Rittenauer may clear into 3, not quite. 3 Paul Servant pushing him. Both those drivers doing a really nice job.
2 by 2 by 2 up in the front pack here. Looks like these guys may be starting to break away a little bit, but the 88 holding strong on the inside. The 87 trying to put pressure on the outside.
Yeah,
87 looks like he will lead this lap just barely. 1100 is second.
Side by side off of turn number 2, pace lap formation as I like to call it. Here comes Dwayne Cooper with a look to the outside. He's going to try to go 3 wide and see what he can do, but he has absolutely nobody out there, so that move is going to stall out in its tracks. He'll have to dive back in and see if he can get some help.
Rittenauer has cleared for the lead, but it looks like he will stay up there, at least for the moment.
Artie Peterson with a power. Artie Peterson, sorry Brandon, with a power move to the inside, try to help the inside out, leaves the 2 up top by themselves as we take lap number 30.
Looks like Dwayne Cooper looking to the outside again. Not going to get much help that time either.
That was the stage finish.
Was maybe, yeah, that was the stage finish right there. Last time it looked like maybe Marty Ray was going to duck up to the outside, but not that time. I believe the 88 may have gotten the stage win.
Yes, he did. 88 Greg Thompson, stage winner.
Right now we have 9 drivers in the lead pack, Pondo Co in the 20 being the last one there. We have a little bit of a gap back to the second pack right now. Second pack being led by Justin Levine in the 4. They're double file for about 10 cars back. That puts us back to the 22 of Mark Vega, who is by himself, well, rather with Daniel Jackson side in the 23rd position. We go back to the front right now. Rittenauer on the top with Paul Servant, but Thompson with the run back to the inside. Nope, the top 2 drop to the bottom.
Outside lane got a huge run out of 4, so 87 of Rittenauer and Servant were both able to clear. At least Marty Ray to lead that outside lane with push from Dwayne Cooper.
65 Ford EcoBoost machine of Marty Ray with the push from Cooper, as Evan stated. Here they come with the power run back at the end of the back straightaway into turn number 3. Pondo Co in the 20 and the 16 machine of Chris Brown trying to get it working up there, but 5 on 4 on the inside lane. They should have the advantage.
Outside lane still doing a pretty good job there. 65 of Ray has his left front fender on the right rear quarter panel of Rittenauer.
Got to be careful about that. The bumper hook is quite easy to do, especially when you are not centered on the back bumper of the person in front of you. I'll tell you, Dwayne Cooper giving a really hard push to the 65 there. Has to be really careful about that. Couldn't fit a paper in between those 2 drivers, but here they come with the run on the outside.
Down the back straightaway now, still holding 2 by 2. Marty Ray trying to get something done up on the outside line. He loses it through the center, that's normal. But now coming up down off of turn number 2, has the big run, or turn number 4, excuse me.
And now it's just the 3 drivers up top right now, Ray, Cooper, and Co. Inside lane is the place to be right now. Not sure if these drivers are trying to perhaps just run some laps out at the moment. Artie Peterson has fallen back about 6 or 7 car lengths off these guys. I don't know if he's going to be able to suck back up or not.
Dwayne Cooper to the outside, looking 3 wide with help from Pondo Co.
They're going to leave Marty Ray in the sucker hole by himself in the middle right now unless somebody decides to drop in and help him. I don't think that's going to be the case. 65 trying to side draft the best he can, but he's going to end up most likely falling to the inside lane right now. But the outside the 3rd lane is not going anywhere.
That's going to help Artie Peterson Jr. to catch up. I believe he's in drafting range now, and with them racing, that's really going to help.
Now the 3 ducks to the outside and brings the whole crew with him. The 87 dropping like a rock down at the bottom of the racetrack.
Rittenauer has help from the 16. No, 16 is looking to the outside. Rittenauer now has help from Cooper.
Wow. They left him in the dust that time by.
I'll tell you, while we're going up strong here up front, guys, there's a huge pack of guys, swarm of bumblebees here in the back of the pack right now, about 12 or 13 drivers, and I wonder if with this battle up front, if they might be able to sucker their way back to them.
Well, it looks like for right now, the battle for the lead has kind of calmed down. That lead pack is starting to settle back down and get single file, so there's only 2 cars up there right now. We'll see if anything changes.
Looks like that Marty Ray is kind of stuck on the outside, and he's just wondering who is going to help him. The 16 of Chris Brown did help. Pondo Co was up there as well, but he dropped back to the inside. Looks like Cooper is not afraid to make the outside work, but Cooper is on the inside now, so he's not going to be able to do anything. And R.D. Peterson has been able to catch these drivers yet again, so add him to this front pack of now 9 drivers.
The second pack is starting to reel them in just a little bit. Not quite enough yet. Cooper looks like he's back up to the outside lane.
Yeah, Cooper gonna join that outside crew and see if they can push them up front. The outside line has a pretty good run.
Outside lane got a huge run out of 4 and now into 1. 65 of Ray will have the advantage. Down the back straightaway, outside lane has a slight advantage. The 65 of Ray leading. The 16 of Chris Brown being pushing him as Dwayne Cooper back down to the inside lane.
Yeah, the outside lane is not the place to be at the moment. It doesn't seem like anybody wants to commit there full time. It's just kind of sparingly helping, which is not going to get there. Let's bring up the battle tracker here in reference to the first pack and the second pack. R.D. Peterson is at the tail end of this pack right now. The gap is 1.2 seconds, and the second pack was 0.6 of a second faster last time by. We'll be one happy family yet again within a 2 or 3 laps. But pit stops are going to be going off within about 2 to 3 laps. They're 20 laps into the run right now, and remember there was a couple caution laps, so that might give them a little bit of a buffer. But we will need pit stops very shortly.
If they can go about let's say about 2 or 3 more laps, they can make it on the field to the end. But they don't have any for Greenlight Checkered.
Yeah, with very minimal buffer, but they would be able to make it on fumes most likely if they can go at least 20 laps. Anything more than that I think is a little bit of a stretch, but we do have a second pack caught back up. R.D. Peterson has dropped back. Here comes David Anderson leading those guys on the outside lane. Already back to the inside, and let's see how much of a run that second pack has.
I'm not sure if they'll have much of a run at all now, Corey, because that first pack is now single file.
Yeah, right now we have a huge conga line on the inside lane. People trying to make it work in the back. The 2 of Rick Sabrans trying to get on the outside of the 0-2 of AJ Herrera, but not much is going to come out of that this far back from the leaders. See if any pit stops happen as we come through 3 and 4. Let's see if anybody breaks to the inside to come to pit lane.
Sounds like a few drivers will be coming down to pit road this time. 18 of Thompson and Dwayne Cooper.
Yep, the whole
most of the field.
Top 6 or 7 drivers all coming to pit road. Oh, even more than that. Humongous stack of drivers. A little bit of contact.
1 car round.
Pondo Co.
Machine to the inside wall. He collects a couple of drivers slow at pit road speed.
Pondo Co. and the 0-2 of AJ Herrera. Let's go back and check that out on replay if we can. Let's see.
Co just locked up the rear tires, and trying to stay off the rit now.
Who also was hard locked up on the binders right there. And then the 0-2 was just kind of stuck as Pondo hit the inside pit wall there. So everyone stays green, but that'll take them out of contention without a yellow flag. Rick Sabrans, Daniel Holloway, and Mark Vega still on the racetrack right now.
Looks like they're going to stand out 1 more lap. They might be able to make it here. Looks like 12 drivers have stayed out so far, and they put out into that last caution.
Based on what we know, 20 laps I think is the most that I would run comfortably. I think if you run 21, based on what we know, I think that may require a little bit of saving, not too much, but the longer they stay out, the more assurance they will have. Can't imagine.
Well, they've only ran about 14 laps, so they can go another 5 or 6 and be good on gas, even for Greenlight Checkers.
Oh yeah, Evan, I forgot. Like you said, they pitted on the last stage. So yes, they have all the buffer in the world at the moment, so good point.
So just go 5 more laps and then pit, and you're good to the end, and Greenlight Checkered.
So that leaves us the 12 drivers, excuse me, how many is that right now? 12 drivers right now have yet to pit, last being Joseph Garinge in 12 to 55 machine. And we have some 3 wide between the 99 to 33. A lot of drivers we haven't talked about today. Michael DeGroat in the 98. The bottom of that 3 wide pack. Jeff Yastrzemski, Tom Labar. Garrett Robinson in the 56. A whole bunch of new drivers we haven't talked about right now at the front with the pit cycle the way it is.
Yeah, everybody pretty much spread out now, both packs, that is, and those two packs kind of turning into 4, 5, 6 different packs or groups of drivers around the racetrack.
And the interesting part will be, here they
comes.
We have Sabrans, we have Holloway, we have...
Oh, the two machine locks his brakes up going into the pit lane entrance, and I think he made it.
I really don't know if I would have pitted this soon, to be honest, because they're not going to be completely safe for green light checkers.
All right, now give it to Jeff Yastrzemski and Tom Labar. They're staying out. I mean, I'm assuming they have at least, based on what I can see, at least 3 more laps in the tank, perhaps a couple more with all the yellows we had. That gives about 5 or 6 drivers in this lead pack right now, at least at the moment. Currently, we have Chris Brown, Marty Ray, PJ O'Leary, all 1 lap down at the moment. But actually, here comes Chris Brown and Marty Ray trying to get themselves back on the lead lap here, fighting as hard as they can. If a caution comes out, they will want to be on the lead lap, so they are not stuck on the wave around.
I think with the 30. I think with the 33 and 99 and 56 are doing is a good call. Just run a few more laps so that they can 100% make it on green light checkers.
And we're at Talladega. It's not as if we're at an Atlanta or a Michigan per se, where there's a ton of tire wear. You're not losing any time on the stopwatch. But the only time you're losing is based on how many drivers you have in your pack. So they might be losing a little bit just having only 3 to 6 drivers. But I still, as you said, I think it's a good call. Here they come this time by.
All 3 of those drivers coming down pit road. They are good to green light checkers from right now.
Actually, the last 3 drivers that have yet to pit right now are David Warren, Ricky Thompson, and Joseph Garinge. They're the last 3 drivers on the track right now, and they're going to stay out yet one more time. The leader of this pack is David Warren. Gary Champion is on the tail end of the lead lap at the moment. I'd expect these drivers to... Actually, let's look at what they have. I think they can go even a couple more laps, but at this point there's really no additional benefit by staying out any longer, because I think they're fine under all buffers right now.
Yeah, and once everything cycles back through, the 87 Rittenhour will be leading the field with a push from Justin Levine.
Yeah, everyone did come out pretty close to each other. We have Rittenhour, Levine, Servant, Holloway, Cooper. Sabrans has gotten himself in that. That will be the lead pack once the top 3 do decide to come to pit road, which they have. So those drivers have come to pit road, and we watch Rittenhour and company coming off of turn 4 into the trioval right now. Looks like we will have, how many is that? 6 drivers rather in the top spots. 6.
There's 6 drivers in the top 6.
6 drivers in the top 6, not 7. And then we go back a ways to Matthew Almany, the 9 machine, Tom Labar and Jeff Yastrzemski. They are 7th, 8th, 9th.
2 seconds off the lead right now, but they are dropping back just a little bit.
And they have...
they've only got 3 cars.
And they have Matthew Walzenbach, Gregory Thompson. Remember, Thompson up front for the majority of this race. And there's a wreck in that pack we were just following. The 29 around in the grass at turn number 3. That will...
not bring the caution out. He's in the
wow.
grass.
I don't think he had much contact with anything after he spun around.
He just got bumper
on the straightaway.
Thompson.
And given that the 29 ended up coming back on nearly onto the racetrack, I cannot believe that we stay green, but regardless of such, we carry on.
Yeah, Wilsonbach did a really nice job to keep that thing off the track.
Back to the lead pack right now. We have, who is that? Servant on the inside lane, Cooper to the outside. Sabrand's kind of indecisive at the moment. Looks like Cooper will get strung out on the outside. Will Servant help him? Servant can't really decide where he wants to go at the moment. Sorry, Sabrand rather.
Dwayne Cooper's been up there for about 3 laps, and he really has not dropped back at all.
Not gaining nor losing, and Justin Levine is currently in the 2nd position. Thought he had a little bit of thought to go to the outside lane. That thought was not a thing, so he will stay to the inside right now. And we have 6 drivers, as we said, in the top 6, surprisingly.
I believe there's 13 laps left, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Under
Rittenauer just about got bumper hooked by the 4 of Levine. He got really loose on the backstretch. But Levine went up to the outside lane now. So 3 cars up there right now. That should be able to get them in the lead.
Coming off of turn number 4 this time by...
Big push from Cooper in the beginning of the tri-oval right now. It's right on Levine's bumper. Side by side is Levine and Rittenauer for P1 as we get into turn number 1 and 2. But with only having 6 drivers in this pack at the moment and the 7th of Tom Labar 5.6 seconds back, how hard is it going to be to make any kind of drastic moves with this small of a lead pack?
Yeah, and they're about to lose Rick Seabrands. He is really dropping back. So unless they have a huge checkup, which is not very likely with such a small pack, it looks like they're starting to lose the 26 for Holloway as well.
Sabrand's is about 7/10 off of them. He's right at the cusp of losing it. I think he would need a little bit of help from Daniel Holloway. I don't know if Holloway is going to lend a hand and try to tug him back in line.
Because Holloway's dropping back just a little bit as well. I don't know if maybe those 2 drivers work together if they'll be able to get back up there.
So this might even be a 4-car race, and those 4 drivers are side by side. We have Levine and Cooper on the top. We have Rittenauer and Servant on the bottom here. We're approaching 10 laps to go in the race, and the field has thinned out quite radically up front.
Yeah, just a small pack. They are putting on a fairly good show here, trying to get the lead from one another. But this time, by the flagger, going to show 10 laps to go.
Cooper ducking down to the bottom with just 10 laps to go. Levine is going to drop him way back. I say way back, but he's only going to drop 2 positions.
So the top 4 who were side by side, they do fizzle back into single file formation. We go back to the 5th position right now. We have Sabrand's and Holloway. They have met each other's match. Let's see, they have somebody helping them as well. Actually, that is for position. That is, actually, no, it's not. Excuse me. The 13 is that behind them?
Yes,
13
I
of
believe
David
that is
Warren.
the 13.
And let's see if Warren can stay with them and give any kind of assistance to those 2 drivers. But 4 on 3 even, they would not be able to make any kind of time.
Now it looks like the 4 machine may be starting to lose these guys up front. Where he started to drift back, he may be able to stay with them.
Yeah, he's lost about a car length, but I think he should be fine.
Yeah, he's getting back up there now, it looks like. Looking to the outside of Cooper, Justin Levine all up there by himself.
Well, Servant maybe look up to go to the high line. I don't think that's the right move right now.
I don't know if that's the best move by Levine when he was just about to lose the draft.
Maybe he's just kind of playing out what to do in these last 10 laps, as obviously with such few drivers. Cooper kind of riding the yellow line there.
These guys coming into pit road this time or the rest of these guys gonna have to pit too as Cooper locks him up. So does Levine.
What is this about?
They ran 13 laps.
They obviously didn't think they could go 21, which is a complete surprise to all of us.
But look at this, Tom Labar and Jeff Jastrzemski, they might be able to make this.
Tom Labar has been on the track right now for 9 laps. There is 8 laps to go. He would only have to go 17. We know that's possible, so Right now, Matthew Almany rather, at the 9, he is temporarily leading. He loses that, but he's going to have to pit. He's not going to be able to go 23 laps on a run, which he would need to go. So has this race fallen into Tom Labar's hands right now?
It looks like it has.
And where is his nearest competition on track? Michael DeGroat in the 98, who is working with Daniel Jackson in a two-car trio.
And Almany just came up here. Let's have to hit you off, Corey.
Yeah, I was running out of words, so no worries on that. But we're going to have two by two, Labar and Yastrzemski and DeGroat and Jackson. Now, obviously, 2 cars are not going to close in on 2 cars, so it looks like this is going to be your winning moment if indeed nothing changes.
Now, don't count out if we have a caution, ladies and gentlemen. That is still a possibility, and anything can happen in racing. Right now, it looks like these guys could walk away with a 1-2 finish, but the possibility for there to be some sort of trouble on the racetrack to bring out the yellow flag is still there.
Yeah, we can never rule out the yellow flag in the world of racing, especially on these restrictor plate circuits, but everybody at the moment is pretty well spread out around the speedway on their different strategies, so it may be a pretty unlikely scenario, but one that we cannot indeed rule out. As let's just kind of give a quick rundown of where everybody is right now. We have Labar and Yastrzemski 1 and 2 right now. We have DeGroat and Jackson 6 seconds behind them in 3rd and 4th, and then Marty Ray and Garrett Robinson 5th and 6th. Chris Brown tagging in 7th, and then we go back another 8 or so seconds to Ricky Thompson, Mark Vega, Joseph Garinge. And then the drivers who just had to pit, Cooper Rittenauer and company, they're right now 25 seconds off the lead. They're right down the back straightaway as your leader is at the start finish.
5 laps to go this time by.
So digging into the old book of maneuvers that you don't pull very often, but can you make a pass or at least get farther enough ahead to win the race with no help?
Yes, if the other guy has no help.
Absolutely, you
back off just a little bit, get a run down the back straightaway maybe, and then pull out into 3 and just side draft and try and make your move.
Out of the outside is the place to be for that, believe it or not. You roll yourself down the bank and get that extra bit of speed off the high side, and it turns into a good race. Yeah,
by no means can you complete a pass, at least in these vehicles, but as we said, you can get enough of a lead. All you need is 1/1000th of a second, if even that, and the race is yours. So let's just see if the 33 kind of starts playing with it and trying to pull off what he's going to have to try to do.
The length of one of these front splitters is all you need to win a race here at Talladega Super Speedway, and not even that.
And going back about almost 10 years at this point, I remember watching a race here between Kevin Harvick and I want to say it was Jamie McMurray. Harvick kind of even did the Talladega bump and run through the tri-oval, just got him loose enough, killed his momentum, and got him in a photo finish at the stripe. That's also on the table here. I don't really expect that out of these drivers, but as we said, you can never count anything out.
Yeah, these cars are real easy to just give the guy a bump and get him loose. So we will see with 3 laps to go.
AJ Herrera going another lap down. Remember, he kind of got stuck on a pit road incident with Pondo Co earlier in the race. That took him out of contention right now. So again, just to reiterate, the race is 60 lap scheduled distance, but if a caution does come out at any point before that, we do have a green-white checker on the tables built into the race, so we'll be interested to see if that does come out, or if it does not need to. We'll let you know of the white flag when it comes out, but still a couple laps more to go, and you could definitely see Jeff Yastrzemski is playing out what he's going to have to do, trying to plan his moves.
Yeah,
popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. Sorry to cut you off, Evan.
They're getting a few drivers. The 0-2 is going to be up there helping them. So now 3 drivers up there, but only 2 are going for the win.
So who does AJ Herrera like more? That is the question right now. Because he's going to have to pick somebody, and Marty Ray might also have a little bit of a snip in this as well.
And I've also seen guys, lap cars, just back completely off and let those guys race. So who knows what these lappers are going to do, or if they'll play any effect into the end of this race. It looks like Marty Ray will catch these guys.
Yeah, Ray's going to be up there, so who do they go with?
White flag this time by race control giving the signal.
2.66 miles, the top 2, the 99 and the 33.
Just got confirmation that was 2 laps to go.
Okay, so another thing changing on us. Sorry about that, folks.
All right, so I don't know 2.66 times 2, but about a lap and a half at this point left in the race. You can see they're side by side, the 2 lappers are. It'll be like, as we said, what are they going to do? Those 2 lappers of 65 and the 02 may have direct influence on the outcome of this race.
Yeah, looks like the 02 is dropping back just a little bit.
So now we will come off turn number 4 through the tri-oval, and presumably we'll get the white flag this time by.
This is the white flag.
Yeah, drivers were a little bit confused about that too, because it has always been lap 59 coming to 60, or excuse me, coming to lap 59 and taking.
But regardless of such, we're on the back straightaway right now, and the 99 of Tom Labar trying to get trying to block the little bit of a run the 33 of Yastrzemski did have. Everybody in single file formation right now, but a whole bunch of lap cars behind them. Caution.
Not going to play it back. It is the white flag. They're racing back to the line.
Here they come. The 99 with a little bit of a block there to the outside. The 33 is not going to have anything going as we come through the tri-oval.
Yeah, it's Marty Ray giving him a push. Not gonna get there, I don't think. Up and all around, wrecking across the start-finish line. Your winner is gonna be the 99, Tom Labar.
But in the wrecking of a finish, Yastrzemski will take the 2nd position, albeit in destroyed fashion. So to quote Brandon Krutz, that was a thing. So we will kind of catch our breaths, regroup, let the finishing order finalize, and we will be right back with you for post-race interview. So stay with us in a moment.
I grew up in Northern California. My parents were just really big race fans and took my sister and I to, sprint car races pretty much every Friday and Saturday night. So I did outlaw kart racing from 7 till I was 14. And then that's when I got into 360 and 410 wing sprint cars. There's just something about dirt racing that's just, you can't get anywhere else. I enjoy going back to race them whenever I can. I get to run, about 20 to 25 dirt races a year and try and, put on a show every time I'm there.
Battle for the lead. Kyle Larson to the inside of Shane Stewart. Slide job, no. Larson unable to complete the pass. He'll follow Shane Stewart down the back straightaway. Stewart makes the move to the inside of Craig Kinsler. Kyle Larson goes around the outside out of turn 4. You've got got a new race leader. Kyle Larson from ninth leads on lap number 23.
I'm probably just a little more relaxed, I guess, at the dirt track, just because it's for fun. Where the NASCAR stuff, you know, it's points racing and a lot bigger sponsors and stuff you have to please and all that. You're there for 3 days a week, so your approach is a little bit different there. Where sprint cars, you're there for 5 or 6 hours and moving on to the next racetrack. So I've been on iRacing, I think, since
And we're back here on PTR TV for the post-race show, as we had a interesting finish, to say it bluntly. So,
you know, we do apologize for the confusion, folks. We were originally told that the white flag was going to be a lap sooner than what race control did. So, not our fault, but we do apologize anyways. The rulebook does say otherwise, but things were a little bit messed up tonight, and it's the first race back after 3 weeks off, so it is what it is, but we do apologize.
All right, so we will talk to who at least we have available at the moment, which we do have the winner, Tom LaBarre, so kind of in reverse order from what we usually do, we'll bring him into the booth with Brandon speaking to him.
Out of the race car, and now your winner here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway, Tom LaBarre. Tom, you had a good race tonight, and it looks like you managed to pull off the fuel mileage game here at the Super Speedway. How do you feel?
Pretty good. Had my teammate Jeff Hayes there. He pushing like crazy.
That's awesome. When those guys all pitted behind you, where you know, to play that fuel mileage game on a super speedway, what was that like? What was going through your head the whole time?
I looked down and said I had 10 laps to go, and I'm thinking, boy, this is going to be close.
Yeah, I'm sure it was close indeed, and you know, the limited fuel cell that you guys have. You know, tell us a little bit about your ups and downs this race. Obviously, you took home the victory here tonight, but you know, tell us, was there any doubt in your minds that you could be up front fighting for a win tonight?
Not at all. I never thought I had a chance. I kind of got shuffled back there early on, and I guess the cards just played out right with a strategy. And I pitted when everybody else stayed out. I think that gave me a huge advantage.
Well, you ended up coming home with a victory here tonight anyways. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank or give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank Dwayne for hosting this week in and week out, putting up all this shit, or sorry about that, putting up the stuff all these guys do, and it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it.
Awesome. Your CRA Super Speedway Series winner here tonight from Talladega Super Speedway, Tom LaBarre.
All right, and now Corey will talk to second place finisher Jeff Yastrzemski.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a copy, Jeff? Oh, Jeff Scrempsey, you got a copy? Well, it doesn't look like we had I don't think Jeff heard us, so we will go to the third place interview, or let's just give him a second. I think Brandon's going to try to see if we can get a hold of Jeff. But while we're waiting, let's give it to Evan with the third place finisher, Daniel Jackson. We'll see if we can get to Jeff after.
All right, so Daniel Jackson, you come out with the third place finish. What are your thoughts after tonight's race?
Oh man, that was kind of a different one. It was a race of the last 5 laps. You know, we was just kind of, you know, saving fuel as much as possible. I was watching everybody coming in the pits. You know, I was just licking my chops, man.
Yeah, how close? How close were you on fuel there at the end?
I was sputtering at the dog leg. I had my teammate in front of me and he was running out, and I jumped in front of him, and when we got to the dog leg, I started sputtering, so I was coasting across the line basically.
Yeah, we saw a lot of green flag racing tonight. Did you kind of expect that, or did you think there was gonna be some wrecks?
I didn't, you know, because of the vacation and all. I expected it to be a little bit more, you know, 3 wide and dicey. I mean, I know we got 3 wide a couple of times, and you know, like I said before, me and my teammates, you know, we already formulated a plan before the race to kind of keep all 4 fenders on it for the end, and it was just, you know, it came into our favor at the very end.
Yeah, with around 10 laps to go, did you think you'd be able to get a third place finish, or do you think you were just going to stay where you were?
Well, around 10 laps to go, when everybody started pitting, I told a teammate I was drafting with, I was asking him how good he was on the gas, and at the time we were probably a quarter of a lap, or probably a half a lap short, and it's hard to believe you can do this at Talladega, but I was clutching it as much as I could.
Well, congrats on your finish. Is there anyone you'd like to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I would like to thank my teammates, first and foremost, Michael DeGroat and Jimmy Coleman, for working with me. It's a good group of guys over at Talladega Racing, and I'd like to thank Cyber Racing, and special thanks to Kev and Hobo88 on YouTube.
All right, well,
you guys, of course. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you, and congrats on your finish. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And now I don't know if Brandon was able to get a hold of Yastrzemski.
Yes, he is here.
All right, we'll bring him up now.
All right.
Hey, how y'all doing?
There we go. Now we got you, Jeff. So just kind of talk about that finish we had. We ended up seeing a fuel mileage finish come out. It was you and Tom LaBarre solo for quite some time, just the 2 of you going for the win. Then you had those lap cars kind of come in and maybe kind of throw off what your plans might have been. So just talk about that and how it played out.
Yeah, Tom and I raced together quite a bit. Him and I are from the same hometown, and we were watching the pit strategy deal and just came in, and when we thought we could make it all the way, and I just worked with him to get to the end, and then there on that last lap, I was just trying to pull out to see if I could get him. I thought caution cars, or the cars that are a lap down, I thought with the 1 lap to go they weren't supposed to race, but that's another league I race in, so that was totally my fault. I caught up on that car and could have cost everybody, but thank God it was right to start finish line.
It kind of caught us off a little bit in the booth. We know usually you guys can go about 20 or so laps to a tank, or give her a bout. Did it surprise you when you saw everyone break back to pit road with about 10 laps to go?
Yeah, I was really surprised there. I mean, because they only pitted 1 or 2 laps before we did, and I thought everybody was good. I was really surprised when everybody peeled off there, but luckily we got lucky, and Tom and I we kept watching our fuel mileage more than we were watching our relative, and they kept saying we were good. We had 5 laps to go, and then it dawned on us that we only had to make it to lap 60, not 63. So.
All right, so that worked out for you. A little bit lucky there, but you made the best of it. You ended up coming home second tonight, so who do you want to give a shout out to?
I appreciate Flagner Fail, Onward. They're my sponsors. Those are the guys I race for and take care of our cars.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Jeff. Congrats on the finish, and we'll catch you next week.
And thank you. You guys do an awesome job.
Appreciate that, man.
Putting this on.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Too. So that is the post-race interviews, and given how the structure works with the league, we cannot give you the final results because they're not calculated entirely in the iRacing service at the moment. They manually are done. So we will give you our sponsor shout-outs and call tonight here on PTR.
Yeah, quick word from our sponsors, Air Movement Fabrications, Nottingham's choice for custom signs, designs, repairs, and all things metal. Visit them online at airmovefabs.co.uk or find them on Facebook as Air Movement Fabrications. Also, Krutz Custom Graphics, custom racing shirts, hero cards, paint schemes, and much more. From local racers to big race teams, we've got your back. Based on upstate New York, Krutz Custom Graphics is the motorsports design specialist. Also, iBog iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics. Custom graphics, coding, and theme design for iRacing's two main overlay systems, ATVO and IRTVO. If you're a broadcast company looking to make your channel shine, talk to Jason Allison with iBog iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics. Also, be sure to check out our Patreon to keep broadcast quality high and cost low for the league owners. We need a little help from the fans. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/PTRTV. If you become a Patreon, you will get rewards that vary depending on how much you donate. Become a Patreon at patreon.com/PTRTV.
So that's another broadcast here on PTR TV. It was the Cyber Racing Association Monday Night Series we brought you here tonight. Stay tuned for us tomorrow night. ASRS Cup Series back in action for the first time on PTR TV. We'll be bringing that tomorrow night. Hardline Racing League Wednesday and Friday like usual. If you haven't liked and subscribed, we'd much appreciate if you did so. Always growing the channel. Need as much help from the fans to keep these leagues getting as good a spotlight as we could possibly give them. So signing out of the booth tonight is Corey Silva, Evan Black, and Brandon Krutz. Have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a great night.
Catch you next time.